Welcome, everybody, once again to another episode of the Phizcast. Hello, I am your host, Physic. Nice to meet you. It's been too long since we've last uh, spoken is not the right word. This is a podcast. We haven't spoken to each other. I don't know. Maybe we have. Some of you I know I have. Other than that, I don't know. But hey, welcome back to just a wonderful talk about things and stuff and things. That's pretty much the way to sum this up. I feel like I ramble incessantly on most of these talks, or I feel like I talk in circles, or I come back to the same point over and over again, etc., etc. But, there's compilations of podcasters talking about literally nothing for 10 minutes straight, so I don't know. Am I doing okay? Do you think I'm doing okay? So I've heard I'm doing pretty alright, and I'm very appreciative of that. But, yeah. Hi. Sorry if there's any interruptions or a bunch of jump cuts this time because it's been a busy day. Anyway, welcome back. And today I'm going to talk about scheduling and responsibilities, sort of, kind of, not really responsibilities like the last one. I am very bad at scheduling. I feel like I just do things out of whack for no particular reason. Like, I'm very bad at getting my priorities straight. That's a better way. That's a better label. Priorities and stuff like that. I feel like I'm very bad at prioritizing things that are important. um, I tend to value things that are enjoyable over things that are required. And I feel like that's not exactly a unique way of thinking. I mean, I'm sure everyone likes to have fun more than do work and be bored or whatever, but if you have, I mean, not necessarily doing work. If you have fun doing work, then I suppose it's a good thing. But game fun, playing fun sort of thing over doing a job or whatever. I just simply prefer enjoying myself. And that tends to become a problem with deadlines because I don't spend too much time thinking about what I have to get done when I'm in the moment of enjoying myself, when I'm, you know, playing a game, playing outside, talking with my friends, watching YouTube, making videos, stuff like that. I don't exactly think about anything else except what I'm doing. I'm not going to say narrow minded, I'm very tunnel visioned. That's the word. Kind of tunnel visioned on it. But when I'm working, it's kind of the opposite. I tend to think about everything except my work. I tend to just distract myself so easily. And I don't really know why. It's weird. Right now, I have work I need to be doing. Well, not need to be doing. I can do it later, but that's exactly it. I don't need to be doing it now, so why would I do it now? I can just do it later when I'm in bed or what, stuff like that. But this is my third day of pushing off an assignment that would take 10 minutes tops just because I don't want to, you know? I'd simply prefer having other things to do and doing those things. Playing games is a big one. Like, they're really fun to me. Not only are they fun, they're fulfilling, sort of, kind of, I guess. When I finally achieve something like Epic 7 game I've been playing a lot recently. When you finally set up, this applies to a lot of games, but when you finally get the right setup for your character and it's just beautiful and brilliant, or you get a beautiful team comp, and it just feels good. You just feel good about yourself. I've been kind of obsessed in that sort of feeling, and it's very nice. Uh, it's also gotcha. It's a gotcha game. I love gotcha games because obviously I'm obsessed with gambling. No, I just really like chance, even though it never works out for me. I have very bad luck, but that's aside the point. Gotcha games are very fun to me, and that whole chance aspect of chasing something that could be really good or could help you improve, even though it's all luck. But when you finally get it, you can actually put work into it, and there is a skill aspect still. It's like a vicious cycle of entertainment that has distracted me from many, many, many things. Um, but I mean, it's been all right. I've still got all my work done. I still talk to people, I still get chores and stuff done. But I still find myself uh being wrapped up in the thought of mixing up my priorities. I always think about it. I always think about it. Like, it never leaves my mind that I could be doing something else, or I should be doing something else. Like, I've been told to do this. I've been instructed and directed, and it's all laid out for me. All I have to do is fill in the blanks, metaphorically. And I just don't. I just push it off because it's like, this is easy, right? It's easy, but it becomes much less easy when you cram it all into a very minuscule amount of time. It becomes much more challenging to think clearly when when everything's on top of you. Like, all of that work that you've been pushing off that you said was easy just crumbles. The whole structure just falls on top of your head, and you're like, what happened? What happened here? I didn't want this to happen. And then you blame it on, like, oh, it's bad teaching, bad system, whatever. But in the end, it ends up being your own fault, which is unfortunate. I will say that when it comes to school, it's not exactly a good system, but there's more on that later. A part 2 to the episode I did a while back. But it really does end up being my fault that I just mixed up my priorities and I turned it in late, and I didn't get full points. I didn't do as well as I wanted to, and I end up getting, that 89 instead of the 90 at the end of the semester. Uh, but, and then you're immediately mad, right? When you're mad, your first instinct is to blame everything else, right? That's usually what it is. Um, and that's not to say that you do that all the time, every single time, consistently. It's just like you look for something to blame. You're like, oh, why did that happen? Couldn't have been my fault. Uh, but often it is, often it is what you do. And we find ourselves back at the beginning point, hopefully. It just ends up me mixing up my priorities. I'll try and get better at that. A lot of these things that I talk about, I feel like I'm getting better at and actively improving, but this, I feel like I'm ironically getting worse. I feel like I've been falling more and more into this hole of, deeper and deeper into this hole of, like, I just want to have fun. Please let me have fun, and then I'll get all my crap done later. However, it does not mean that I cannot improve simply because I'm not improving now. I will work at it at some point. When I really feel work's getting to me, I will start prioritizing work over games, over talking, over, enjoying myself. And that's not even like the bad thing. I enjoy the work, like the work that I have to be doing right now. I enjoy that work. It's a really fun class for me. It involves a lot of writing, and I really enjoy writing. I really enjoy writing. But I just keep pushing it back because I enjoy games and having fun even more than I enjoy writing. Uh, and so it just begins another vicious cycle. Over and over again, I find myself thrown around, up and down, all around, in this washing machine of priorities. And I hit the walls and I bounce up and down, and I'm just like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Why can't I just stop moving and chill out for a second? Why do I always have to have something to do? And it's not to say like my life is so hard, right? I have to decide between playing games or doing homework. But it feels like my brain I have to always be doing something or I just become unsatisfied. And as such, those priorities kind of get to me. Because in order to fill in that blank, I have to be doing something fun and not something boring, even if that boring thing is incredibly productive. I feel like that's a pretty good place to end it. It's also been 10 minutes, so that episode kind of rolled off the tongue for me. Normally, I have a lot of struggle coming up with creative ways to say things, or just continuing to talk. Normally, I have struggles with that, but this time it just kind of flowed nicely, in my opinion, at least from what I remember. You might have an entirely different thing, or me and Post might have a different opinion, but that's all right. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do what you will with my incessant rambling. Enjoy it, spread it around, advertise it, whatever, smash like, comment, subscribe, etc. But other than that, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you when I see you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.